Welcome to Medical Terminology. We're going to go over the different word parts that make up medical terms. I'm sure, as you already probably know, many medical terms originate from Greek and Latin words. Medical terms can be broken up into three sections. They can be broken up into the root word, the prefix, and the suffix. Oh, sorry about that. I know you guys were asking about my phone. Let's see. Alright, back to where we were at. Root words. All medical terms have a root word. This is the main part of the word. This is the part of the word that really says what's going on, what this word is about. As it says on the slide here, it conveys the body system, part, disease, or condition that's being discussed. Some root words are complete words by themselves, and many are combined with a prefix, suffix, or another root word. All medical terms have, root words. They're also known as stems. Let's see, prefixes. A prefix is a syllable placed at the beginning of the root word that modifies its meaning. When the prefix is written alone, a hyphen follows it. For example, the prefix a or an means without or absence of. The root word analgesia means sensitivity to pain. The hyphen that follows an indicates that another word part follows the prefix to form a complete word. So combining the prefix and root word results in the medical term analgesia, which means without or absence of pain. A suffix is a syllable placed at the end of the root word, and it's used to modify its meaning. When the suffix is written alone, a hyphen precedes it. For example, the suffix itis means inflammation. The root word gaster means stomach. The hyphen that precedes itis indicates that another word part precedes the suffix to form a complete word. Combining the root word and suffix results in the medical term gastritis, which means inflammation of the stomach. And this is something that you will hear a lot. Gastritis, appendicitis, which is inflammation of the appendix, or cholecystitis, which is inflammation of the gallbladder. And like I said, you will hear itis repeatedly. Combining vowels and combining forms. A vowel is often added between a root word and a suffix, or between two roots to make a new term easier to pronounce. The vowels used are called combining vowels. The root word plus the combining vowel is called the combining form. Although the most common vowels used are O, A, E, I, and U, or Y, are sometimes used. The combining vowel is not used to connect a prefix and root word. So let's practice breaking down some of these terms here. We've got the medical term hematology. To better understand combining forms, like I said, we use this word hematology. When the term hematology is broken down into its parts, the root word is hemat, H-E-M-A-T, which means blood. And the suffix ology means the study of. So we've got the combining vowel O. Hemat plus the combining vowel O makes hemato, making up that combining form. And when you add all the parts together, we've got hematology, which is the study of blood. Again, hemat is another word you'll run into a lot of. Hematemesis, hematuria. You can see sometimes we'll need to make these terms plural. In the English language, the plural form of a noun is often made by adding s or es to the root word. For example, joints, from joint we have joints, J-O-I-N-T-S, and virus, we can make that viruses by adding es. However, medical terms that derive from Greek or Latin words have different rules that may be applied when forming the plural form of the root word. Examples for alveoli, we add us, which makes alveolus, or vertebrae, we add an e at the end of it, which makes it vertebrae from vertebra. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Body positions and directional terms. I'm going to review some of these. I'm going to give you guys some examples while we're in here. But a lot of this section you will need to honestly read and study on your own. Directions are applied to the body when it's in the anatomical position, and this is the anatomical position. You can see you've got somebody standing flat-footed. Their arms are at their sides, palms are turned forward, and feet are close together and pointed forward. The head is pointed forward and the eyes are open. Again, like I said, this is referred to as the anatomical position. Whenever we're talking about somebody's anatomy, we talk about it from the patient's perspective, utilizing the anatomical position the best we can. We'll start out with superior and inferior. Superior means above or higher position than another portion of the body. For example, the head is the most superior part of the body. Your head is superior to your neck. The neck is superior to the chest because it's closer to the head. Inferior means in a position lower than another. The soles of the feet are the most inferior part of the body. The knees are inferior to the pelvis because they are closer to the feet. Anterior and posterior. Anterior, otherwise known as ventral, represents the front portion of the body or body parts. The heart is anterior to the spine. Well, because the heart is closer to the front of the body than the spine is. Posterior or dorsal is the back side of the body or body part. The spine is posterior to the heart because the spine is closer to the back side of the body than the heart is. Proximal or distal. Proximal means closer to the midline or center area of the body, closer to the torso. When this term is used in reference to an extremity, it means to the nearest point of attachment of the body. The knees are proximal to the toes. Distal means the exact opposite. Distal means farthest from the midline or center area of the body. With reference to an extremity, it means farthest point of the point of attachment to the body. The elbow is distal to the shoulder. Midline. The midline is an imaginary line down the center of the body that divides the body into right and left halves. Using the midline as a reference point will assist in describing whether an injury is lateral, which means closer to the side, or medial, which means closer towards midline. The sternum, which is that bone that's right in the center of your chest, about midline, is medial to the left nipple. The axilla, which is your armpit, and you'll often hear somebody refer to the axillary line, which is going down your armpit, is lateral to the sternum. Let's see. Body positions. When a person is standing upright, that person is erect. A person who's lying flat on their back, face up, is said to be in a supine position. This will be really important for when you do immobilization or when you're documenting how you found somebody. Were they lying supine or were they lying prone? Prone is a person lying face down and flat, and they're in a prone position. If any of you practice riflery, anything along those lines, this may be a position you may practice shooting from, which is the prone position, lying on your stomach. If a person is found on his side, he is in a lateral recumbent position. If he's found on his left side, he's in a left lateral recumbent position. If he's on his right side, he's in a right lateral recumbent position. This will come in play particularly when we are talking about pregnant women. We make sure we put them in the left lateral recumbent position. Fowler's position will be the most common position that you transport your patients in. Fowler's and semi-Fowler's. Fowler's position is lying on the back with the upper body elevated at a 45 to 60 degree angle. A patient who is short of breath is often placed in this position. And in a semi-Fowler's position, the patient sitting with his head at a 45 degree angle and his legs out straight. In a high Fowler's position, the patient is sitting upright at a 90 degree angle. Medical abbreviations and acronyms. Abbreviations and acronyms are used to save time and space when documenting. An abbreviation is a shortened form of a word or name, such as ABD for abdomen or abdominal. An acronym is a word formed from the first letter of or letters of several words, such as CHF for congestive heart failure. The use of abbreviations and acronyms are only there if they're standard and approved by your EMS system. You can see I actually have an exercise in the forums that goes over various abbreviations and acronyms according to JCO standards. But there are many abbreviations and acronyms that are commonplace within EMS. They're in your textbook, and honestly, the best thing you can do, I could go over them with you here, but the best thing you can do is to go through and read them on your own. You may want to consider putting them on flashcards or something like that so you can study them. They will end up on your tests, on your exam, as well as your quizzes for this chapter. Alright, as I said, this is a shorter chapter, but there is a lot of information. This is a very dense chapter. This chapter will require you to do a lot of studying on your own. Those directional terms are extremely important for you to understand, as well as the various positions. But the abbreviations and acronyms, there are so many of them. You know, CHF, COPD, ABD for abdomen, LSB, long spine board. There's just so many that it would be difficult to go through the entire list here. This, as I said, will require a lot of time on your own. Alright, well that is the end of this lecture. Go ahead and take a look at those forums and respond to the posts that I have up there.